something you had also mentioned is that you were building things for the data science team. That is obviously a part of data science work, but it seems to leverage the skill set that you had before. Do you think coming in from software engineering helped you? It hurt you? It was net neutral? Was that how did that play into that equation?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good question. So when I look back at my career, like some of the things I'm most thankful for, well, I would say the biggest thing I'm most thankful for is that I started out as a software engineer. The reason for that is because the foundation you build with those skills is so applicable to like any tech role, essentially. It's definitely not like the only way to do it. You can like pick up those skills later on for sure. But without those skills, I don't know how I would have in that situation made my way into data science. The reason being is because, even saying this today, it's a very competitive field. And so you have to have some niche. You have to like bring something new to the table. Like you're competing against a lot of people who are also gifted, who are also interested, who are also very eager to like get a job. And for me, that competitive advantage was twofold at the time, which was one, had already been working at this company for 2 years and knew the backend engineering. I knew the stack. I knew everything about it. The other was that data science team was hired in a way that was mostly, these are people who are very smart and have strong mathematical backgrounds and can code, but not software engineers or even close to it. So, it was sort of like nowadays that's less often, like, machine learning engineering is part of like the data science curriculum essentially, or oftentimes. But, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, that was sort of like treated as separately. It was like just getting a model in a notebook running was difficult, or few people knew how to do it. So at the time you could have that be your role where all you did was model building. So, when you apply that to a professional setting, there was something that team was missing something. And what they were missing was, how do we plug in our models to the business? I remember like one of the things we were building at the time. So this was Trunk Club. So, sort of like a Stitch Fix. But we were trying to automate determining what clothes would fit a customer. So, retail clothes, it's not as simple as I'm a medium, therefore if this brand is a medium, it'll fit me. That's just not how it works. So what we were trying to do is to be able to like do like a user item collaborative filtering, essentially, to be able to determine like which of these shirts is going to fit which people. And we had like the actual like filtering, the collaborative filtering down. We had the model, but we're like, how do we plug this in? Like, what do we do? And so, I came in and I was like, I know how, I can do it. And so it was sort of like natural for me to be brought into the team to work on projects. And then once I had the apprenticeship, it was a very smooth transition towards, let me do some modeling as well. And then by the end, I was just like a full-blown data scientist. So my in was being, familiar with the tech stack and understanding how to do something that the rest of the team didn't. And that's what I try and like tell a lot of people who are trying to get into this field is, think about it from a hiring manager's perspective. Why would they want to hire you over a million other people? If you can give them that reason, they will absolutely do it. You just have to make it very clear.